emergência anunciando o início da purificação anual aprovada pelo governo dos Estados Unidos. Armas de classe 4 ou abaixo foram autorizadas para purificação.
2 days ago, I was at the gym and I was on the phone talking to my buddy Josh, kind of not paying attention. I go over to this bicep machine to do my very first set. There's no weight on the bar. And so this bicep machine, or this bar rather, it has like, oh, I put your split on. It has like some loops that go in. And so you hold it, you can do like these hammer curls like this, but the loops come up like that. And so what had happened was I'm on the phone, kind of just looking around, talking, whatever. And out of nowhere, I just feel this like rattling. I get kind of dizzy for a second and I feel like I had like rocks in my mouth. And what had happened is the freaking metal bar hit my tooth and it chipped off like almost a quarter to a half of my tooth. You can see it, it's like all freaking yellow. There's a temporary cap over it right now. And what's crazy is that if this would have happened 6 months ago, I probably would have freaked the hell out. Like freaked out, because it's always been a big fear of mine to chip a tooth or injure my teeth. It's always been a huge fear of mine. And it happened. And I told my buddy Josh, I was like, hey bro, I'm gonna call you back. I start walking out of the gym, my tooth's still in my mouth, like trying to figure out what to do. I leave, I call my mentor Bruce, like, hey bro, I kind of got an emergency. I just broke my freaking tooth at the gym. He's like, dude, what? Like, how? What are you talking about? And I told him what happened, and he's like, dude, you need to go to a dentist. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I get an appointment with my dentist for like an hour and a half from then. They go in, they got to shave off like my freaking entire around the tooth and put like a cap on. And I think it's like a veneer. Like when you get veneers, they got to shave your tooth and then put like that cap over it. And the craziest part is this, is that I am so surprised that I was able to handle it just being calm and poised. And that's a direct result of this business, because I went through so many things the past like 6 months that have just sharpened me and made me just be rock solid when it comes to adversity, when it comes to not expecting things that happen and just being able to go with it. And I think that's important in life, is that you have to understand life is going to hit you. It's going to hit you. It's going to hit you. It's going to keep hitting. But what are you going to do after you get hit? Are you going to stay down, or are you going to keep hitting back? And so what I did now is the next day I went back to the gym. I was there today as well. And I went and I grabbed that same bar because I didn't want to develop a negative association or a fear towards that bar or anything. So my mentality, if something hurt me, if I was faced with something, I was going to go out and conquer it the next time I seen it. So I got the bar and I was doing the same exact exercise. I was not even hitting biceps today, but I wanted to prove to myself and to my mind that I was in control. I was not going to be afraid or not use that bar in the future. And a lot of times what happens is we go through stuff and we develop some sort of fear towards it, right? Let's say that as you're a kid, you go to the beach and then you maybe drowned a little bit, or you get into a situation where you're struggling for oxygen, trying to doggy paddle, whatever it is. And now you're scared of the beach forever. Or you see a shark when you're younger, you're scared of going into the water. And so we develop these associations around things because we assign things meanings. And what's interesting is that nothing in life has a meaning at all, except for the meaning that we assign it. Nothing. Think about it like the context of the ocean. Some people absolutely love the ocean. They're surfing, their dream is to get a boat one day. Maybe they're an oceanologist, whatever the case might be, they love the ocean, they're fascinated by it. But other people won't step foot in it. So is the ocean scary, or is the ocean exciting? Well, the answer is both, and it's neither, because whatever it is the meaning that you give it. Nothing in life has any meaning except for the meaning that we assign things. So the reason why I make this message, it's to tell you that you have to assign and reassign meaning to every single thing in your life. Everything in your life, even the way that we deal with stress. If you're dealing with stress, something very small that you're up against as stressing you out or making you overwhelmed, you're going to always get overwhelmed by that thing. But when you can bring simplicity to that, when you could break it down and be able to just keep moving forward and not get hindered by what you're up against, you're going to become unstoppable. So I don't know what it is in your life that you're up against. I don't even know what you do on a day-to-day basis. But for all of my people out there that are an entrepreneur or you want to become one, you're going to have to get very, very adept at dealing with stressful situations, with people, with systems, with business, with debt even, etc. So you have to understand the journey that you're on is not meant to be easy. If you want to reach this end level of success, the question shouldn't be how do I get there per se, but it's what do I need to go through to get there? Because the man or the woman that avoids the adversity, they avoid the hard things, the challenges, that person is never going to get there because they're just hoping for an end outcome that only produces as a byproduct of what you go through. It's kind of like wanting to have a tree blossom with fruit, but you don't want to put the seeds in and you don't want to water the seeds. What you expect is going to get produced? Nothing. So when you are able to eat and enjoy the fruits of your labor, you need to be putting in that labor. And the thing is, not all the labor is going to work. You have to be okay with things not working. You have to be okay losing money. You have to be okay with people backstabbing you. It's unfortunate, but I've had to go through all of that stuff in the past few months at a very, very high level. And when you do that, success is almost inevitable because it removes the fear from the situation. Just like a bully. If you were younger and you had a bully in high school, middle school, elementary school, whatever the case might be, you're super afraid of them at first. But right when you stand up to them, that bully loses that power over you because you've stood up to what is in front of you. Same way with anything, even a lie. The only reason why people lie in life is because they're afraid of something. Think about it. You wouldn't lie about anything if you weren't afraid. We lie because we don't want to look a certain way. We lie because we do want to look a certain way. We lie because maybe we don't want to hurt someone's feelings in fear that their feelings are going to get hurt. Maybe we even lie because we just want to be seen as something that we're not out of fear of rejection or whatever the case might be. It all stems back to that deadly word, which is fear. And at any given time, you have the choice to either assign something a meaning of fear or assign it the meaning of faith. And it sounds kind of cheesy and kind of cliche, but the most successful people in life, they don't have these crazy hacks or strategies. They're just very grounded in the principles of life and of success. These little quote unquote hacks are doing the things that the everyday person overlooks because it's so cliche. And I was someone just like that for a lot of my early years in business. I was always looking for this magic like lead source in insurance to start to make more money, or looking for all of these processes that was going to simplify the work on my end when I didn't even get to that level of putting in the work to be able to have these processes in place. So going back now to what happened in the gym, I could have let this like just completely rattle me, mess me up. But what I decided to do, so this happened at probably about 12 o'clock midday. My dentist appointment was at 2:40. I didn't get out of there until about 4:30 or 4:15. So about 2 hours in there, but we actually had a training from 5 to 7 in office that day. And I told my mentor, Bruce, hey bro, I'm not going to be able to come in. I have this going on. He's like, yeah, for sure. But what I did, I'm like, I can either drive home, use this as an excuse on why I can't be there, a very valid excuse. Most of our excuses are valid, or I can really just stick it and just show myself, hey, you are more powerful. Nothing is going to stop you, and go to the office and attend this training. That's what I did. We have an event coming up here in 30 minutes that I'm going to be hosting and speaking at. And the very first thing when I'm like, hey, Cody, we need you to host it. All right, cool. Well, bro, I guess. And if someone judges me because the tooth, whatever, I don't give a shit. I truly, truly don't. But I wasn't like that 6 months ago. And over the journey that you start to develop in yourself, just that confidence, not externally because of a vehicle, because of anything else, but the internal confidence that you're okay with yourself. When you have that, nothing can shake you, nothing can rattle you. And that's the end. Peace.